Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pathfinder Dream Divers. Veer couldn't make it out tonight, so Kostu will be in a more NPC role today. But other than that, we're just gonna have another wonderful session tonight. Uh, would anyone like to volunteer to recap?
Shopping session.
Would anyone like to volunteer to expand upon that?
So, for all intents and purposes, our merry band of heroes made their way to the town of Weimgrado, where they'd heard rumors that perhaps the cult of Groidus might be afoot, or at the very least, rumors that were tangential to said cult might be afoot. And unfortunately, rather than immediately seeing to the mission, our heroes were distracted by the promises of filthy lucre and material possessions, and as such spent the day shopping and drinking when they arrived instead of consulting with the authorities.
Yay, material possessions!
Gotta love
Didn't
it.
the authorities say that they'd get to us later?
That's true. They
Irrelevant.
That doesn't matter.
Oh,
Alright, whatever you say.
in the course of their shopping, the heroes found out two important points of information. Firstly, that the local thieves guild may have been looking to track down the Raven, a notorious master criminal. And secondly, that a nearby village was under the effect of a curse of despair, perhaps affiliated with a nymph. And that village was terrifyingly close to Meredith's hometown, which caused her no end of distress. Despite this, our heroes turned in for the night, hoping that as the sun rose, local authorities might be able to bring some light to this confusing situation.
was beautiful.
That seems
Very good
pretty
recap,
adequate.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, unless anybody has anything they would like to personally add, I think we can safely jump right into it. Okay. The night passes with each of you thinking about this new news, and morning comes. As it does, Thalia, you are first roused by the sound of Lily waking up and sort of putting her attire on, and she turns to you and says, "Ah, sounds like we're probably going to be the first ones up, I imagine. Sorry if I woke you."
It's fine. I don't usually sleep very soundly anyway, on account of, well, never mind. She kind of rises and nonchalantly makes her way down without much comment, just kind of bleary eyed.
Noted.
Clearly like the sun is up, yes.
Yes, it is up. It's kind of like cresting over the horizon at the moment.
Okay. So yes, if that's the case, Thalia'd probably like splash some water on her face, which unfortunately makes her look even more like a drowned rat than usual. And
Only slightly.
she, yeah, yeah, and then make her way downstairs to the commons, such as they were.
All right. As you're going, Lily says, do y'all want me there when you meet him, or
I mean, you are our contact. Without without that, we're just hapless adventurers. It might be useful.
right on? Well, I will head on down then with you. And Lily makes her way down the stairs.
And if he turns out to be suspect, well, then we'll have another gun on our side. I mean, what?
Huh? Did you say something,
Don't,
Thalia? It
don't,
sounded like you were doing one of those whispers under your breath again. I didn't quite
don't
catch
worry.
it.
Everything will be fine, I'm sure. Yoink.
All right. As the two of you make your way downstairs, let's say that the first among the group downstairs to stir is probably Meredith. I imagine she did not have a very peaceful night of sleep.
Assuming she had a night of sleep, which is an assumption that you can make.
You rise from your sheets having barely slept a wink, the bags under your eyes hanging heavily from beneath. You are, in a word, groggy and disgruntled. In 3 words, actually.
Wonderful. This is just wonderful. Need fucking coffee. I'm gonna go approach the innkeeper and order 1 coffee, perhaps 2.
You should be able to do that over by the cooking station over there.
Oh, sweet.
While
not do
that's
that. Wow,
happening, I would assume that the sound of you moving around probably awoke, let's say, Vico, who is probably the second most unlikely to have slept much.
No, Vico slept like a baby. He doesn't know anything about what's going on. What are you on about?
Vico has
Snooze.
no issues whatsoever sleeping. You're totally right. Moving on. The next one who would be awake. No, it's Vico.
Yeah, I'm just letting them open. I do think it's a very funny image of like someone who did just have like the best sleep in like the last 2 weeks, sitting down right across from someone who is has got like the bags under her eyes, the messed up hair,
Of course.
and just like the exaggerated yawn as he sits down.
Now, I will say that the arising of Vico probably stirred at least Colton Kostu. Arzoth, maybe. I don't know how heavy Arzoth sleeps.
He
Must
sleeps
be
pretty heavy, and
mysteriously
he did go
vanished.
to bed with with a full bottle of whiskey. How much is
Alright.
left in it? I'm not sure.
We'll say Kostu and Colt stirred that, and Arzoth is
So
still
are you
out.
suggesting that Arzoth sleeps like a rock?
At least
I
when he's
hate
drunk, he does.
your puns so much.
But yes, I thought it was good.
Visceral reaction in my brain right now. Anyway, point is, Kostu and Colt are awake too. I'm sure they will respond anytime.
Kasu's not here, so.
Costa's not here.
Right,
Hey,
but
what?
Colt.
Colt is
Well,
Don't you-
Kasu is not
Don't you mean
awake.
Colt Irons?
that guy.
John, do you have your mic muted perchance?
Oh my God,
Or did it die perchance?
lordy.
Perchance.
Did he
Gold
die?
was asking about attachments, right? I guess he got a silencer.
Oh!
Oh no,
See, that's good. That's good.
that was pretty good.
That,
Take that,
would-
John.
Yeah, my bad, guys. I had to go deal with something. Yeah, I guess Colt Iron's still sleeping a little bit.
No,
maybe.
he stirs. You've stirred.
You're
He
awake.
stirs.
Yeah,
He
you were
stirs
awoken
and-
by Vico and Kostu getting up.
Oh. Well, is Arzoth still sleeping?
Yes.
Like a baby.
Well,
Alright.
more like a rock,
Yeah,
as
that's
we
right.
established.
A baby rock.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I think
You
in
mentioned
terms of rock ages, yes, he is a baby rock.
you mentioned
Do-do-do-do-do.
Arzoth had a bottle of whiskey on them.
Yeah.
Are they holding
Correct.
on to it right now?
Oh no.
I mean, yeah, probably. He went to sleep with it. So it's probably either in his arms, in his bed somewhere.
Most stable, healthy behavior.
You know.
Nah, it's just like a
He's
body
coping
pillow,
right
but it's a
now.
bottle of whiskey.
This party is a bunch
Well-
of gremlins. Moving on.
I don't know if they're gonna wake up if I try to normally wake her up, so I'm gonna grab the whiskey and see what happens.
Okay, you
Right.
you pull the whiskey out from Arzoth's arms. Arzoth, you feel as if like you were kind of snuggling up with something cold, and it's just gone now.
Oh. I'm gonna I'm gonna grumble and go, Colt, put that down.
Time to get up, Arzoth. Colt's
You
gonna
and your
walk out of the room
sticky
with it.
fingers.
Gonna walk out of
Oh.
the room with it.
Arzoth's gonna get out of bed. He's got a thief to chase.
Gotta chase after
And
the
that's the
thief
story of
with
how
cold
Colt Irons got
irons.
thrown back into prison.
I mean, he
I
has
got
a
handcuffs, Colt.
he has a 10-foot speed advantage. You know, he
He
could
does.
potentially.
He does.
He
Fire
has
the
a
map,
10-foot
run,
speed
boys, run.
advantage and a gun.
Hi, Lapsus. Welcome to the welcome to our Pathfinder gaming night. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, now that there's 4 of you in the breakfast area, one of you drinking a coffee. Vico, are you having anything, or are you just sitting there yawning?
I think I would probably have a coffee.
Okay. Costu also seems to be enjoying a coffee. You notice that Thalia and Lily are absent from this little get-together.
Sure, they'll come down anytime now.
Lily turns to you,
Oh.
Thalia, and says, "Well, this is
Mildly awkward, yes.
yeah, I've noticed. It's
I
anyway, this
I-
is Sheriff George Burnside, but should we maybe do you think we should gather the others? Do you think they'll come in their
Uh,
own time?
I I had hoped that they would be a bit more diligent, but I suppose I will go wrangle them. And
Alrighty.
Thalia, looking somewhat resigned, is like, Madam, gentlemen, our contact is outside waiting. I don't
Oh.
mean to disturb your delightful breakfast and morning routines, but time is of the essence.
Oh,
And with
listen,
that, she walks out without waiting for much else in the way of comment.
Colt Irons is gonna check his pocket watch at the mention of time being of the essence.
It is 6:30 a.m.
Dang, this town gets up early.
godless hours of the
I'm
morning.
gonna hand the bottle of whiskey back to Arzoth, and I'm going to head out the door to go meet our
Well,
contact.
well, I let them know. I'm sure they're just going to take their sweet time, though.
Oh,
The
and here
joys
they
of
come
working
right
with.
now.
Aha!
I'm going to address whoever's leaving last, and I'll just listen in from here. I need to finish my coffee.
All right. I guess that was
Jesus
probably me.
Christ.
Professionalism at its finest.
Using your elven advantages to the utmost, I see. Alright. You all gather around outside as Lily goes, well, barring Meredith, as Lily goes, well, everyone, this is Sheriff George Burnside. He's the one who taught me how to shoot a gun in the first place, so he knows a thing or two about, well, putting people to work. The man goes, "It's a pleasure to meet y'all. Lily tells me you were instrumental in helping Foxhill deal with an insurgency of sorts."
It it was a little more dire than an insurgency, I'm afraid. The very leadership of the town was corrupted by undue, malign influence.
Mm.
And to like emphasize her point, she fishes one of the skull pendants she's been carrying, the moon skull pendants, out of her pocket,
I
and
see.
shows it to the sheriff.
Oh,
Yes, it's
Moon Skull. That's the cult of Groidus.
indeed the mayor of Foxhill was attempting to perform some sort of ritual to consume the entire town, bring in the apocalypse, things of that nature. We're actually checking in here because we're concerned that the cult may have spread. Have you had any dealings with doomsayers or other unpleasant folk?
We've had a couple come through, actually, though most of the time they've ended up shooing themselves out of town. Interesting. So that's what this is all about. I just assumed it was the regular, occasional naysayer who would come through, as you would expect. I didn't think too much of it, I just assumed there was yet another blight upon the lands, as it were. This is somewhat troubling.
Not only in these visits, anything that might have stood out about them in hindsight.
Well, there was this, one who was dressed in all black. I mean, not all of them were, but this one stood out a little bit. He, caught me off guard because upon giving him a thorough once over, as we do with any public preacher, the guards recognized that this man was, at least once, a member of the Thieves' Guild. He was running their colors and had a pendant identifying himself as one.
Thalia is kind of amused at the mention of someone wearing all black being similarly attired herself, and kind of holds back a little bit of a snicker, but maintains a straight face.
Swears under his breath a bit. Is this the same individual that mentioned the Raven, I think it was?
No, they were two separate individuals. Funny you should mention that, actually. Why, you think that maybe there's some thief being hunted after? By the Thieves' Guild? It's something of a rarity, no?
Oh,
Aren't they all don't turn on their own like?
assuming that the person in question is still one of their own. But I am also, from my experience, most thieves guilds don't take kindly to competition.
An astute point. Well,
No, but if they're fighting each other, there could certainly be a contingent that, well, aligns themselves with this cult.
Delightful.
I don't see the Thieves Guild as a whole doing anything like this, but, as you say, some maybe either these exiled members who are no longer members or someone with such a name could certainly, join a cause of their own.
well,
Ravens,
whatever.
Symbol of death, something like that.
Whatever the case may be, we need to figure out more about the goings on in this town now that we've heard about it. I will do my best to look into the neighboring towns, but, well, originally I was gonna offer you all a little bit of work that my guards couldn't get to, with a necromancer and some goblins we spotted outside of town, but this seems to take precedence. How would you all like to be a small unit going in towards Revath?
Revath. You said that was the town that was being afflicted by that was the town that was afflicted by a plague of despondency, yes?
Yes, it seems to me that y'all have more experience with this than my guards would. So rather than risking them, why not send a bunch of crack jobs like yourselves?
I agree with this plan, and Meredith's just gonna like walk in from now having finished her coffees.
Well, it seems the young miss has deigned to join us.
Well, I for one would be happy to investigate this business in Revath, provided that the compensation was adequate. And she gives the sheriff her most winning smile.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Okay. We love diplomacy checks.
Most important role of the session.
Unfortunate. How bright is it? Right?
The sun is only just cresting over the horizon, so it's
Okay,
like
okay,
yeah, it's like dim light right now. Like it's not
okay,
quite
cool.
morning.
That's important. Oh, that's deeply
Terrible.
unfortunate.
Ooh, Slash, thank you so much. Thalia supremacy. Should I take that as a hero point donation to Thalia? Or I
What?
mean, you're welcome to choose. Don't get me wrong.
Watch me re-roll that and get a 1.
Yeah.
Yes,
Buddy.
that is in fact a hero point donation to you, Thalia. Would you like to add that to this roll, or would you like to save your hero point?
You know what? Money is on the line. I will 100% add that to the
All
roll.
right, feel free to roll 1d6 and add it to the result total.
Watch it be a 1.
Don't fucking say that.
Not bad. Okay, so with a 17 total after the hero point addition, the man sort of chuckles to himself. Ah, very well. I suppose I am asking you to do something rather dangerous. We can pay you slightly higher than the typical mercenary fare, which is normally about what the guard's pay is, multiplied by about a week's worth of time, as a flat fee to each person. What say we go with the double that fee?
That strikes me as she looks around for she's kind of scanning her compatriots. Does anybody look displeased with the like she's giving a little bit of a pause for anyone else to chime in?
Cold Iron
And-
seems
Meredith is
satisfied
looking-
with the pay.
Yeah.
While Meredith is indeed looking somewhat irritated, it's probably not because of this.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that seems perfectly fine and suits my purposes. The way it works, if we happen to be expedient with this, well, that just means that the problem gets sorted quicker and we all win.
It sounds like a good plan to me. Now, of course, I'll be trying to get a hold of my contacts in the surrounding areas. I happen to know a few people who work with the BSA, and they might be able to give me some information on at least the towns around it. Though I imagine Ravath itself, if it's already gotten to this point, there won't be much info that I can garner up on it.
Well, that is indeed what we're for, but any logistical support would be appreciated. The less blind we are going in, the more likely we are to come out of it in one piece with heads attached and so on.
I'll send one of my soldiers out to survey the fellow towns in the area, while you guys handle the bulk of the major problems, shall we say.
Yes.
Hopefully, you'll all return at around the same time. Well then, I should probably get to work on that. If you do desire the other line of work, though, keep in mind, I understand that this is dangerous, what we're doing here. If you do want to back out and go hunt some goblins, the offer remains on the table. Otherwise, I'll figure something out.
Thalia tries not to roll her eyes. Respectfully, it is my mission to ferret out this nefarious apocalypse cult, wherever it may be. I cannot speak entirely for my compatriots, but I think that the good that could be done far exceeds any downside caused by the increased risk.
Well, here's hoping that the BSA can turn something up if you guys are able to provide some relevant information on Revath, and the two stories together will figure out a solid plan. Other than that, I suppose I'm just gonna have to rustle up some other adventurers for my more minor problem. Or I could take care of it myself, but I'm sure I'd get chastised for going out in my old age. Well, are there any other questions or things you need to know from me before we get this show on the road?
I may have some questions, but I'm not sure if they'll be applicable right now. I may come visit you later.
Right on. Anyone else?
You, you mentioned that this BSA. You'll pardon my ignorance. I'm not exactly from around here. Could you enlighten me as to what you mean?
Yeah, would anyone here like to roll a, I would say, knowledge? Oh, we're gonna say knowledge local.
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Any knowledge local havers in chat?
I got a 17.
Chat, are we knowledging on our locals tonight? Okay. Vico, Colt, you've both heard of the BSA, though it's an organization that's fairly shrouded in mystery by design. It's the Bureau of Special Affairs, and they sort of oversee the entire region from roughly Westlick to as far out as Geed, and then also in the direction of House. So it's sort of like a triangulated area between those 3 points. To put it in more real life terms, they're effectively the CIA of this area.
What? The this
Oh
are
yeah,
you?
they
Well,
deal with the stuff that the other authorities don't deal with.
okay, so probably closer to like
Probably
they're concerned with
George turns to look at you and he says, "They're effectively a black ops organization, but they are acknowledged and ran officially by the government."
so a kind of regional police force, responsible for dealing with dissidents and the like. I understand. I understand. And she kind of nods to herself knowingly.
Any
Charming.
other questions? Sounds like that's it then. Alright, I'll leave you all to plan out your op and get your supplies, whatever you may need. If you need anything else from me, or my men, feel free to come to the guardhouse. And as long as you're in town, do try to behave yourselves. I'm not expecting much issue from compatriots of Lily, but just a general rule. You know, no scrawling and charioting.
If if uh if we do attempt to turn something upside down, we'll do our best to let you know beforehand.
The man nods, and then he tips his hat to each of you, sort of just as a sweeping motion. Puts a pipe, which he fishes out of his pocket, into his mouth, lights it, and begins slowly walking away. leaving a small billowing trail of smoke from the pipe faintly hanging in the air as he fades into the distance.
Okay. There, there is one thing I'd like to do now that he's kind of out of line of sight, earshot. Are there? She's Talia's got kind of constant detect magic. So I'm going to try and detect magic. Is there anything kind of pinging in the area? I would like to do that, please. And
Immediately
thank you.
around you?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, Vico is pinging.
Okay, but aside from Vico.
Does anybody else have magic items on them?
I don't think so.
No, I shouldn't.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Then there
I
you
have
go.
a potion, but
You pick up faint, the faint scent of healing potion off of Colt.
There's something about that man. I don't know. Perhaps it's just my unfamiliarity with the local customs.
Lily looks at you and he
But
goes, I know, isn't he so charming?
that's not the word I would use. But I appreciate your optimism.
it seems like he's all right.
Well, of course, we just offered him a solution to a persistent, difficult, and obnoxious to access problem that he probably didn't want to expend town resources going after.
Well,
That's fair.
that fact's probably true.
Are you just gonna keep standing around here talking, or can we get going?
If you all are headed to Revath, uh, do you want me to head to one of the neighboring cities and try to check in? I can send word back here when I'm done.
You head to Revath. I'll meet you guys there. I have to go check in on House.
Why are you going to house?
Because
Meredith,
that's where my family is.
First of all, you're not going to
I didn't
house
know you
on
had a
your own.
family.
Hold one moment, please. That's a bit away. I if you're so I
House is
understand
practically
being.
right next to Revath. Also, I have a riding horse. I can get there faster than any of you guys can.
Meredith, if I may, the man said he was going to send folk out to check some of his own people, and I'm happy to go too.
I understand that, but I'm going to check on House myself. Do you have a problem with that?
It's not so much that I have a problem with it as I think you might be endangering yourself. You're trying to go in solo, and that's a great recipe to get yourself killed. Wouldn't your
The only
family be
thing we know
worried
for
about
sure
you?
about The only thing we know for sure is that Revath is not safe right now. If anything, I'll probably be safer than all of you guys will be in about however long it takes for you guys to get to Revath. In any case, if there's anything wrong at house, I will make sure to let you guys know. Just turn around and tell you guys that.
Uh,
Understood?
and if we run into trouble on the way, we'll end up somewhat understaffed and undermanned. But
Which is why
uh,
I'm advising that Lily go with you guys.
Thalia looks kind of visibly uncomfortable, but Meredith, I understand your concern. There is a time and a place for everything. If you investigate this personally, there is a high likelihood that you are putting not only yourself, but all of us at risk. I'm trying to make sure. Do you understand that that is the decision that you are currently making?
Of course, I understand. Now, if you excuse me, I have to head out.
Uh,
Oh, Orzov.
Yeah. this.
I'm leaving my other horse with you, Panacea. She should be able to carry anything you need.
Okay. Thank you. I'll take good care of them.
Thank you. No, my other horse. I'm taking Sunchaser with me.
Still take good care of them.
I'm just saying it would be feasible for you to accompany us to Revath and then go to House from there. If it's not as far away as you describe. That
House
way
is my primary concern, not
I
Revath.
realize most of the way is shared either way, right?
You guys are basically shouting down the street at her at this point.
well,
You want to get closer if you're gonna have this conversation.
I want to talk to Cold about crafting me something.
Okay,
Since
wonderful.
we're sitting here, everybody's doing everything else.
I'm like pretty sure like 80% of the road is the same way.
It is. But what I'm saying here is that I'm going to go check on House. If there's something wrong there, I'll make sure to turn back and meet you on your guys' way to Revath. And we go to Revath, then to House.
Well,
Does that make sense?
I hate to say this, but if we're gonna do this, and we're already splitting our manpower, then we should split it further, Meredith. Because if House is in as much danger as you seem to think it might be, the same level of danger that we're approaching Revath with, then sending you there alone is a suicide mission.
What I'm saying here is that I can get there quickest because of my horse.
And then you'll die quickest.
I can turn around. I'm not stupid enough to challenge something that I clearly cannot face alone. Besides, according to what we've heard, there is no, how do I say this, extreme danger at either place. It's simply a curse of some sort. Curse of apathy. If the same is going on at House, I'll turn around as soon as I can learn this, and meet back up with you guys.
Well, if that's what she wants to do, I guess we should let her.
I thought you'll forgive me. I thought you were a calm and collected druid, not someone jumping at shadows and hunting snipes. And Thalia just kind of shakes her head and moves away. I'm inclined to support and protect members of this group, but I can't save you from attempting to commit suicide. I'm afraid. She kind of backs off. Ugh. What a mess.
This is a stupid move, but you're not taking no for an answer, so don't die.
I'll make sure not to.
Could you just like maybe consider shooting her or shooting in the vicinity?
Thalia, I'm
maybe.
not gonna shoot her.
I'm just
You want us to
saying that it would
fire at
be. It would. I'm just saying that it might be.
Listen, I appreciate your concern as much as anyone, but a broken leg's not gonna do her any better. She's still gonna end up going there, and she's just gonna have a harder time if I wound her. Jeez.
I would think you would have the common decency to miss, but.
Well, Colt didn't have the common decency to miss me. You think we can control them that well? It's a shot in the dark.
Oh.
It's not a shot in the dark. I meant to hit you.
Colt.
Wait, how far away is Colt? Hold up.
He's
Hold
like
up.
Pretty far.
He's like 20, 25 feet back.
He's just shouting like
I meant to hit you.
Like 10 yards back. Like, can he even hear this conversation? I don't.
Evidently, he can't.
I mean, you did say they were shouting.
No, they were whispering to one another. These two were.
Yeah.
The shouting was
not
unrelated.
Thalia's not gonna be like, yo, can you just openly attempt to be mildly aggressive in an attempt to make one of the parties he sends? She's not gonna be saying that at full volume. Are you crazy?
The question is, can Meredith hear you go from here?
Probably.
Likely.
Oh, Lily's the only one making sense to Meredith right now.
Look, let's regroup.
I just well, fine. If you won't attempt to slow her down, I suppose I won't do anything. And she seems kind of a
Miffed.
little bit put out at the idea that she's not able to like cause some, not so much cause some trouble, but like it's obvious that the situation has irked her, and between that and conceding her point, she's feeling incredibly petty. Like,
Oh boy. All right.
also also out of character, for the record, don't split the party. Gosh
On the
darn
one
it.
hand,
Splitting the
I
party is a
completely
wonderful
agree.
idea.
On the other hand, fuck that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I
I
really
No.
blame Meredith. If I were in their shoes, I'd do the same.
Thalia had a grim premonition of a dream last night. Undersized party encounter. No.
All right. Well, I guess that means that Meredith is heading off.
Hold on. She's about to deliver her other horse to Arzov.
Clop, 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 clop.
Arzov can stop this. He can arrest her. He has no idea what's going on.
I mean,
Oh,
Arzov heard that she
Thalia.
wanted to go to house when we were all still standing there. He just didn't say anything.
She's
man
headed
of
to her
action, I
house
see.
in the middle of the street.
He's chosen to basically just ignore it and let y'all sort it out.
Wow.
Well, I mean, ultimately he knows he's not going to be able to convince
Meredith's
Meredith one way
plan,
or
yeah.
the other. He ain't
Free
saying
will's
shit.
a hell of a thing.
He said he'll take care of her horse.
All right.
Does Meredith have a healing potion on them?
No, but she does have healing magic.
Never
Oh.
mind. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
It's fine. You guys have enough healing on your own.
Careful, Meredith.
He said
Don't get caught in a
lyingly.
trap.
She doesn't have a bird to spot for her anymore. It's bad vibes all around.
All right.
27 passive perception is a hell of a drug.
Keep your wits
But-
about you, Meredith.
Of course. Oh,
Uh,
who's this?
That's Veer.
Oh, God.
Good,
Welcome,
just in
welcome.
time. We were just discussing how we needed another person.
Lovely.
Good. Well, I'm here.
Welcome, welcome.
Thought we were
Meredith is
splitting the
just
party.
Great. Splitting the
Yeah,
party is always a
maybe
good
Plot
idea.
Stew can talk her out of it.
Oh, Costi just said he's on board with splitting the party, so I don't know about that.
No, Veer
No,
said he's
splitting the
on
party
board
is
with
always a
splitting-
bad
Veer
idea. You
said
should
that.
never do that. Okay, what are we talking about?
Okay.
Meredith is headed to house
suppose
to check on her family.
Am I not
and-
actually there?
No, you're here.
No, you're
You're
here.
here. You
Oh,
you
I'm
were
here.
just a cardboard cutout up until
You-
2 seconds
And
ago.
Yeah.
everybody else has
We're here.
basically taken the mayor's, or not the mayor, the
Sheriff?
the sheriff. Yeah, they've taken his well, they've taken a job for him in order to go check out
Okay,
what's going
great.
on in Revath.
Why do we need to split? Why can't we just all go deal with Meredith's stuff at house and then go to Revath? Isn't it like pretty much in the same place?
It's further out a little bit.
We
Revath
Yeah.
would
through
be
Revath
what
to
comes
get
up
the
first.
house.
That's
Yeah.
also roughly what I said, and then Meredith said, but I can get there faster on my horse.
I mean, she's right, but like, okay.
Oh.
I mean,
Well, if she gets
yeah.
ambushed and killed on the road, that's her business, I suppose.
La 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 la.
Yeah,
La la la.
I mean, can
why
I
don't-
like
why don't
say
you
like a little thing like out of character about this?
Sure. Sure,
Mhm.
go.
Like obviously have no idea what is going on, but just so that we're not headed into a thing of the party is doing its own thing, and then every 50 minutes we cut to Meredith on the
Oh,
road.
that's not going to happen. I
Yeah.
did warn
Okay,
Crusader. I was like, just so you know, this will be like you'll be gone like all of the session.
just making sure.
I mean, doesn't she have multiple horses? Why can't she take people with her?
Because
Does
one's a
anybody
pack horse and the other's a
offering to
riding
go with
horse.
her to house?
I don't think anybody has, offered to go with her.
I will go with her to house. I don't want her to go alone. That's sketchy.
Oh
All right.
boy.
Well, Kostu is now offering to go with you, Meredith.
Well,
Yeah,
then do you want to take your
sure.
other horse then with you?
The other horse is a pack horse, not a riding horse. The riding horse could probably like fit
Oh, yeah, I
two,
was
but
about to say, are
like
you gonna both fit on that horse then?
probably.
And again, to be clear, this means the two of you will basically be not here the rest of this session.
Are you sure you want to do that?
If you're cool with that, that's fine. But I'm
Yeah,
telling you now.
I don't love the idea of missing the session.
Yeah.
If Meredith wants to go alone, I guess she can go alone.
Okay. You have not tried to convince her to stay back. I think you might be able to because you were the one who talked with her last night.
Meredith, I think that whatever is going on at house isn't the worry that it's going to spread from Ravath to house?
Or that it has already spread to Raven from house.
Oh, that it's well, I mean, you can go on by yourself, but that seems risky. It's like the last time we ran into those people, we almost all died. And that was when there were 6 of us. I understand that you're worried about your family, but you're not going to be much help to them if you're dead. Whatever it is, probably better if we all face it together, and then we can go on to house together. But it doesn't seem like a good idea to go by yourself. It seems like you're probably going to end up dead.
We are stronger in numbers.
Won't help
It's not
anyone.
wrong.
I understand that you're upset and you're worried about your children, but it's I would say going to house alone is ill advised. I won't try to stop you if that's what you want to do, but
Well, I
it doesn't seem
suppose
like
if
a good
the
idea.
problem that is affecting house is the same as that affecting Revhath, then either we'll be able to deal with it in Revhath, or we'll be able to deal with it in house. If I remember correctly, there was some nymph who some stories back home about some sort of nymph. Perhaps they're connected. There's only one nymph, and wherever she is, we just need to find her, and then I suppose the problem in both towns will be solved if there even is one in house. All right.
Look, I promise you after we check out Revath, I'll help you at house. Whether there's payment for the job or not, I don't care.
I'll do you
Folly
one
is
better. I'll ride on ahead and figure out what's going on. With the city guard here's familiar with me anyway, so I can just buckle up with them.
Do you understand
I
the
thought you were
dangers would be
going
the
back
same for
to
you
I thought you were
as
going back to
they would be for me?
Foxville.
Yes?
Of course.
I feel like I missed something.
Well, the dangers will be slightly different. I'm used to working with these city guards, and I'm happy to, work with them again. And
Oh, so you'll be going with them.
exactly.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, welcome aboard. Happy to have you.
Not
Folly.
not
Folly
with you,
has
costume.
Folly has been like patiently listening to everything and surreptitiously like loading her hand crossbow as everybody's talking.
All right,
Like,
well, I'm gonna go speak to the sheriff and get set up with his crew. The rest of you, it sounds like y'all be headed to Revath, so Lily puts her hand out, sort of like as if waiting for one of those team huddle things. Just, everybody in.
All right.
All right.
All right. She's just
I'm already
waiting for
here.
everybody to put their hands in.
I'll entertain it.
I'm within 5 feet.
All right. As everybody gathers around, she says, "This is our promise to meet back up here safe and sound. All right? What's our names? What are we didn't actually come up with any sort of group name, did we?
No,
No.
it's
I don't need one.
it's generally bad luck to do that before 3 jobs, in my experience.
Oh, in that case, survive on 3. 1, 2, 3, survive!
Survive. All
Survive.
right. Okay.
All right, and with that,
3 jobs.
Lily
All right.
starts
Gotta
going
have
her
to-
own way. That just leaves you guys.
Okay. All right. Well, I suggest we make haste. I get the feeling at least one of us is in a hurry to get
Yes,
going.
let's go right now. Unless there's anything else
Okay.
you guys need to do.
There
Perhaps
is
something to
what-
eat.
Oh.
there I have one brief thing. I don't care to be carrying these artifacts of Groitus, or at least any more of them than I absolutely have to. In particular, these pendants seemed to be cursed. I think I'm going to stop by the church very briefly and see if I can hand them off to someone who's a
Okay.
little bit more
Isn't the church on the way out of town? Perhaps we can all go together.
she grins.
Or is way back the other way?
It's like right outskirts of town, like
Yeah, it's
it.
the outskirts of town. It's close to
Assuming-
where you guys
Assuming
are. Even.
this is north.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally like what 100 feet away.
Yeah, it's a walk. It's like
Yeah.
around the
Alright.
block.
Well, let's go there and then we'll go up.
Yes.
Dungeon Master, am I able to craft some ammo on the way?
Oh God, the crafting.
Make
I don't
a
need to make a
craft.
check. I don't need to. It's part of my class.
Don't you
Sure.
need downtime though?
I would say
Yeah,
there'll
we're-
be downtime on the
We're
road.
walking there.
Yeah. So like maybe once we've
Yeah,
left.
once you've left for
that's-
sure.
Yeah,
But not now.
I meant on the way. That's
Yeah.
what I meant.
In any case, Thalia, you're heading off to
Yep.
the church then, or is
Yep.
everybody going
Yep,
with,
yep.
or didn't catch that?
Yeah, sure.
I don't.
Okay,
Off to the church. Woohoo.
you go
Time
in
to become
and
religious.
approach
Yeah.
the
Come in.
dwarven priest in the back. He
Oh,
goes,
it's
hello, my adventurous children. Please do not point that gun in here. What can I do for you?
I have a somewhat delicate matter. Are you experienced in dealing with cursed artifacts and things of that nature? I need something.
Oh, you bringing me a stinky cursed object? All right, let me go get the cleaning supplies. Just place it on the podium. I'll get to it. Just let me go get the smelling salts.
Say and have a little like private prayer to my god while I'm here.
Well, time is of the essence, and she just kind of she holds on to one of the pendants for identification purposes, just in case she has to impersonate someone, and then puts the shield that Skern was using and the other cursed amulet on the podium there.
All right. As you've placed them and begin heading out, you catch just a brief glimpse of the priest coming back in, holding an entire bag of what you can only assume are Epsom salts.
Aren't smelling salts usually like sal ammoniac?
That
so
is the joke.
okay. Oh no.
All right. Anyway, you guys start heading out of town.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that. Thalia's not paid enough to be concerned. And time is of the essence. See, Meredith, that didn't slow us down at all. And
So let's take a look at the map, shall we? It's probably about a week's worth of travel. How are you guys looking on
Let us away.
supplies?
oh boy.
I
How
have
long did it take
no
it?
clue,
Oh no, we
man.
didn't have to.
Oh no, we have to
I
start
got.
worrying about rations and things.
I got
I
10.
have
I got
10
10
days
days.
of rations, according to my character sheet.
Let's
So
see.
after
Oh,
we,
yeah,
hopefully,
That'll be fine.
hopefully, Meredith's kids can help us stock up when we get to house.
I'll
All
make
right.
you
So I
food
assume
on the
we reduce
house.
our travel rations by 10 or by 7.
Yeah, I mean, well, how many trail rations does everyone have in total?
I have
Yes.
10.
I have 10.
Also
have-
10.
I have 5.
Okay, so that's
Imagine.
Oh,
Ew.
that's
Yeah.
35.
I have 5 dwarven trail rations specifically.
That's, I mean, still valid for
The-
everybody else. It's
yeah.
not like it's
Yeah, yeah.
universally inedible.
I know. I'm just saying it constitutes not specifically that it's specific to dwarves only, but that it has specific content.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That means you're technically short, I think, 2 days total. You have enough
Oh, I
for
have- I have-
We
collectively.
can hunt for 2 days' food.
Yeah.
Thalia does not have much in the way of like trail rations, traveling light, and being of exceedingly flimsy frame and constitution. So shoot.
I may only have 5
We'll
days of
just
rations.
starve
I
like
do have
Grandmother.
soap.
No,
Well, that's edible.
Okay, everyone has boots, correct?
all right. Well,
no.
there is.
so I guess Colt,
Don't eat the boots.
boar time.
I don't know if I'll be able to get us a boar, but I could hunt on the way.
Hold up.
You guys could
you
just
said
buy
this-
2 days of trail rations before you leave. I'm just putting that out there.
DM,
Fuck
TM,
any
TM,
dungeon,
before we-
mommy!
All right. I can buy 2 days
before
of
we
trail
buy
rations.
any rations, for how much rations would 10 pieces of chalk count?
Oh, no.
My.
Goodness. I don't
This is-
even want to know the answer to that.
You know
We can buy
what?
the rations for 1 gold.
You know what? I'm inclined to just say that the hunt is successful and move on so that Ko doesn't curse
Yeah.
my ears anymore with shit like that.
What did I hunt?
Okay,
Just
so
rabbits,
everybody
man,
uses
don't
all their
ask.
rations. Is that right?
Yes, everybody is wiped on rations by the time that they eventually reach the town of Revath.
I also ate my yummy slice of cheese. I hope it was
Oh.
very good for me.
No,
That's
cheese!
Now,
My cheese was good. Don't worry.
this is
Oh, wait.
very important. I'm going to
Okay, I'm
move
ready.
you all to the entrance to Revath.
Okay.
It's as you approach, you notice that
We don't get attacked along the way. Oh, good.
you
I like
notice
not
that your surroundings become increasingly shrouded in a thick fog. As that eeriness continues to set in the closer you get, you eventually arrive at the entrance to Revath.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice.
What
Okay.
happened?
Where?
As you look
Where is-
around, everyone is rather somberly moving about the town. Some are seemingly working or speaking amongst themselves quietly. But they all seem to have this dull, pallid look to their eyes, as if they haven't
Oh.
slept in days.
Oh well, this
think-
doesn't.
Relatable.
Dahlia, what? Have you seen something like this before?
Well, this doesn't seem too bad. And here I was expecting scorched earth and, hello, sir and madam, how are you doing today? And she just kind of blasé approaches the first.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure Thalia doesn't get killed.
Oh, Thalia is not gonna get killed. Don't you worry.
The
These
woman
people
turn-
probably couldn't lift a finger.
The woman and man turn to you and they say, "Visitors, we haven't had any in a while. Interesting. Our day goes pleasantly now that we have accepted the inevitability."
Ah, yes, the inevitability and the fact that all things in the world must end, correct?
Of course, dear sister. You are one of
Ah.
us, I see.
Thalia just she smiles. I understand that the end comes for us all. Yes.
Ah, how pleasant. It is delightful that our teachings have spread.
In fact, actually, I have led this group of converts to. I heard rumors that you had had founded a community of truth here, and I thought I would bring them so that they might witness the beauty of finality.
Ah, you wish to speak to our high priestess. Lirael
Oh.
should be in the church in the back of the town, though she is in prayers right now.
Ah, yes, of course. We wouldn't want to disturb.
By the way,
the mo-
roll a bluff check.
Oh yeah. I was waiting.
It's
for
not that you're not being very convincing, but I would like you to roll it.
Oh dear. Oh wait. Wait, did I? Oh no. Oh no. This could be.
Can I aid another in any way?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
So should I roll one first then? See if I get
yeah,
if I reach a threshold.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
believe the
Oh
aid-
no.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, Thalia's gonna get an
You can try
audience
to help.
with the High Priestess. All right.
Try to get a 7.
You.
You get her up to 7.
Sure.
You did not. You do not smell of the scent of the end, the sulfur of passing.
Present the fucking holy symbol.
We've been among the unconverted, so we have to keep up appearances.
Oh no.
You understand, I'm sure.
Oh no, Costu, are you trying to bluff?
Yeah, you need to roll a bluff check now.
Oh no.
I mean, I can't roll worse than a 1, can I?
Yeah, but you can roll worse than a 5.
We'll see.
Let's see what my mod is. Wait, what exactly am I saying that's a bluff? I'm a little confused.
You're lying to their face. We've been
Am I
among
lying?
non-converts. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
trying to
We're
cover
trying to
Thalia's
pass-
ass.
Trying to pass Thalia
Yeah,
off
I
as
mean,
a
that's
cultist
fair.
right now.
Oh. Oh.
No
Okay.
way.
No, they go.
Hmm.
You should speak to the High Priestess at once and keep the tainted one away from us in the meantime.
I understand. We will
And they
go
away
and speak
from
to
you.
the high priestess.
What was the name of the high priestess again?
Lyriel.
Valerial.
All right.
do
well,
believe.
that, I whisper to the group that went poorly.
You do have somebody else you're looking for here as well, potentially.
Yeah.
If anybody remembers the
Oh,
name
jeez.
of this woman. I'm not even sure. Well, Meredith, you probably would have eventually told them about the
Nymph.
well, not just the nymph, but the traveling merchant and his sister.
Oh.
Right. I remember about that. Did we ever end up getting her name?
Yeah, it was Alina,
Alina. Okay.
and the merchant's name was Vered.
I'm gonna go up to these people. Excuse me, I've been looking for Alina. Is she anywhere nearby?
Alina, what business do you have with Alina? They point
Oh.
in this direction and say, her town, her home is over there.
I met her once. I met her once a decade or so ago. Wanted to know if she's alright. I'm gonna check in on her.
Roll a
That's
bluff
it.
check.
Oh,
I'm not good at those.
Well, then maybe everyone should stop bluffing.
Bro, what? What exactly did I do that was a bluff?
They go, I don't know what your intentions are with Alina, but I suggest you stay clear. If you go to her house unprompted, I will report you to the High Priestess. We take care of our own here. Though stopping you
let's
would
be
be
off to see the High
an
Priest.
endeavor in pointlessness in and of itself. Do as you wish.
Worry not, the end will come for us all.
well,
In time.
Thalia at this point is suddenly noticing that, like, unlike Foxhill, this town, for the size that it is quite populated, and there's like nowhere that's out of earshot. It is a little bit. She doesn't want to whisper to anybody for fear of being overheard. She just kind of she holds the amulet and just kind of whispers a prayer under her breath.
Alright.
Out of character, we probably should have before we. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
Made a plan.
Yeah, I
Yeah. Let's try going to Alina's house, probably.
they specifically
Well, at
warned
this
us
point,
against.
If we get caught,
Yeah, that would be
that would
very.
be bad.
Perhaps we just we go.
What if we sent somebody who's totally not Vico? Or do any of us know about that guy?
No, we don't know. We don't
no
know
one
that.
knows about that.
They're a merchant,
Don't know.
aren't they?
Merchant's sister, not a merchant necessarily.
Open 11. Okay. The
Here's-
fact that he's rolling tells me we should probably move along.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna head towards the High Priestess's area.
Yeah, I think actually
Yeah.
I am out of character here. Heading towards the priestess, the church is probably the move.
Yeah.
As you
Yes.
guys make your way down the street, you catch all of the townsfolk who you pass by giving you incredible side-eye, just staring you down with somber, sullen looks, sizing you up almost. But
Good
nonetheless,
day, evening.
it's simultaneously as if they are doing this, but don't care. As if the light has faded from their eyes, and yet they still watch you.
Hmm.
I am gonna ask Cole what time is it.
Oh no.
Kind of disorienting to be in the
Cole
darkness.
is going
and-
to, as he's walking, as Costu asks him as he's walking, he's going to pull out his pocket watch and show it to him.
Okay.
His pocket watch is actually, you watch as the small hand is
Oh boy.
rapidly circling the entire length of the watch.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
I
I'm gonna
figured something
start.
like that might
I'm
be the
gonna put
case.
it away and kind of start jogging forward a little bit.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold out my pocket watch to Arzah and say,
Okay. Hold
I wanna
up.
be quick here.
Very
Right
normal,
before
friends.
right before we get to the church, there's this one last figure. Thalia is just gonna give her a quick glance. Does she seem to be doing anything in particular?
She appeared to be tending to one of the gravestones until you passed by, and then she immediately rose up and just stared at you. No
Okay.
words, all eyes.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna try and get Thalia's attention as they're walking.
Like
Is this normal?
Thalia is just kind of shaking her head and
I'm
and moving along, like very, very quickly. She's taking care not to lose step with Vico, in particular. Like, she's not going ahead of him. And then finally, when they're like at the church and they're within like, there could be somebody observing them, but they are kind of out of earshot, right? Is there anybody visibly in earshot right now?
Maybe this lady, but it would be
Okay.
tough to say. You could probably make your way over to this tree.
Yeah. Thalia is actually going to kind of lean against the tree here.
What's the average rent in Revath? I don't know, 60. That's a good question.
Oh, this is a mess. This is more of a mess than I anticipated. I didn't. Forgive me. I expected my credentials.
Alright. Valia, breathe.
Yeah. Yes,
Breathe
I
in,
just.
breathe out.
I thought that I would be able to pass well enough, but unfortunately, something about this air, it's got me all a tizzy. We definitely need a plan of action. If this high priestess catches on to us the same way those townsfolk did, I fear our time in Revath will be very short indeed.
I hate to say it. They probably already know we're here.
Oh no, that's not the question. We need to have a story and have a unified front now.
I think a
Do
story.
we stay or do we go on to house?
Instead of blatantly lying, do your
Yeah.
best to be as vague as possible so you're not technically lying about stuff.
That could be an approach, but well, deception is deception. If you have tells, even if you're not lying, there will still be tells.
Yes.
If we need a story, we can come up with a story because we know what happened to Skern and we know he has been writing to people.
Yeah.
And he was finding new converts and new rituals.
Wait, why don't we just literally tell her the truth that we came to see Alina because her brother's looking for her?
That's not why we're here. The reason we're here is to deal with whatever problem is going on here.
Right, but
That
she
is-
doesn't need to know that.
That is a reason we're here,
That's
though.
one of the reasons we're here.
Yeah.
It's the primary reason we're here.
But according to whom?
Is stopping this not our highest priority at this moment?
I
Right.
thought.
I didn't say that it wasn't.
In any case, I think if we want to find out more about what is going on, we need to appease them. And we're not going to do that by telling the truth.
Exactly. My own status in particular, though I know how to blend in to some degree, should I be put to the question, I fear that my presence may be more harm than good here.
Oh, yeah, I've got a
if-
question.
Designate a liar.
Thalia, what's going on with
Not going
this
to be me. I
area
got
around here? It's making my pocket watch go crazy.
Can I like knowledge arcana that?
Yeah, you can make a
Oh,
knowledge
no.
arcana check.
I want to show
Yeah.
Thalia the pocket watch.
That's the closest thing I can think of. It's not going to be a religion thing. Like, Thalia is not pocket watch. Yeah, okay, so. And what's the lighting like? I hate to be like this again. Like,
There is a constant fog over the town. It's
Oh, I
a
love-
low light setting.
we love constant fog. Oh, this is great.
Yo.
This is fantastic.
Okay, I am going to directly message you. 1 second.
Yeah. Thalia is
My
going.
pocket watch is gonna break. This isn't good.
Thalia, it won't break. I'm sure it'll be fine. And if it does break, then we have bigger problems. So, don't fret too much about it. And she kind of flips through her grimoire reference to something. The thing I was saying is if things do go south and we are suspected, you all know enough of the truth of my situation, and could gladly turn me in as apostate, heretic, or both.
Not doing that,
So what
Thalia.
exactly is the truth of your situation?
That's a need to know
she did just-
basis.
She just said apostate or heretic or both. That's enough we need to know. We're not
Yep.
turning you in, Thalia.
Okay.
You said yourself that you need to check on house. We're passing through Revath. If everything goes sideways, then you just do that. Just go on without me. It'll be fine. I'm sure I can
That's
charm
normal.
like these folks, you know. A first impression is a hell of a thing, but if you give me time, I'm sure I could ingratiate myself in their ranks once more. Old habits die hard, and she smiles to herself.
Okay. What
Point
about
is-
do we have anything from Claude, perhaps? That would be a good angle, because we know that Claude was involved with something with the person that we suspect to be the High Priest.
Well, we won't know that until we see her, I'm afraid. So.
Well, what if we tell her that we're looking for an associate of Claude Dervandal? That's definitely the truth.
Oh. Thalia just kind of shakes her head, and regardless, I've told you what I intend to do. The rest of you can handle that information as you will. But I just thought it might be good to have a contingency. And with that, she's kind of making her way to the church proper here.
What's
there
this
is a
about
way.
smothering presidents?
Oh, I love smothering presents.
Always good.
Did you catch the Discord DM?
Oh yeah, I need to check that.
Can I
Yoink.
make a perception check?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
I
I'll
wanna
do the
take
same.
have a
Smothering
good look
presence.
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sure. Yeah, you guys can make perception checks.
I will tell you, I don't
Tell
know.
me everything.
I don't know too much with exactly what's going on, but I do know that this fog is messing with time.
Making it move faster, you mean?
You can honestly tell me everything.
Your watch is not broken. It's working as intended. It's the surroundings that are.
How comforting.
Yes. Anyway, I think we should talk to this priestess and at least get some answers. And who knows? With any luck, maybe she's an old friend of mine and we can catch up, have some tea, you know.
So in any
I
case,
imagine an old friend of yours would sooner
Okay,
spit us, but
the moment you guys, those of you who rolled perception, get out from around that corner, you notice that the woman who was tending to the graves is just instantly dead staring you, and her eyes continue to follow you as you make your way down the road toward the church.
Lovely.
Everyone is watching us. This can only be a good thing, I'm sure.
Are you, real talk, are y'all like climbing up the cliffs here? Because it looks
Yeah,
like there's
you're
like
all
a narrow,
coming-
winding
Absolutely,
road.
man.
Yeah.
That is
assume we
what I'm
can
doing.
just like skip to the end of the winding road.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
What I've been have I
This
not
is
been
the
walking on a
entrance area.
winding road? That's what I've been trying to do this whole time.
Yeah,
Walk
the
over
road
here, walk
actually
over
the road actually loops all the way down to here,
there. Oh,
and then yeah, it's a
I thought it went that way. My bad.
no the little
I'm-
yeah,
There's
that's
no way I'm
topography.
going to see that.
Oh,
You have
There
arrived
is also a bend here, yeah. So
at the entrance
apparently I used my climb skill without realizing.
to the church.
and path. Polly is going to figure, you know, no time like the present, and she's going to very politely, I hope, yeah, first of all, she's going to put an ear to the door and see if she hears any
very
kind of
politely.
chanting or prayer.
You do.
Is
You
that the
do
door?
Okay.
hear the faint sound of what seems to be a repeated word. You can't make out what's being said through the door, but it is clear that a group of people, are saying things in mass from behind this
Oh.
door.
How do I look pious with respect to Groidus? What's the best way to look pious and worshipful?
Wouldn't that be a religion check? Like,
Yeah, that
Probably
would
is
be, that would be a knowledge religion.
You live among people? seems like something you would know.
yeah. No, Thalia is just going to. She's going to cover her head with her hood, as like a sign of respect, and she's going to bow her head and very slowly and quietly she's going to, rather than knock, just open the door so as not to disturb what's going on.
The door doesn't budge.
Oh.
Are there other doors?
But this is the main door, correct?
Actually, this would be the main door.
Oh,
Yeah.
oops. Oops. Yeah, so okay,
That was what I was
so
saying.
So-
Wait, do I
They
walk with my
say
head
they're an
bowed
adventurer's
down?
worst enemy.
Do I
alrighty.
need to-
So I mean
do I need
that's
to bow my hair? What's the protocol?
just look just respect, we're entering a sacred space. Try to conduct yourself accordingly. And
Okay.
Sacred or desecrated?
Thalia just
Sure.
kind of rolls her eyes at that, and she repeats the same very quietly, trying the door treatment with this one over here. Is this also barred? Oh, of course it creaks.
What? How did you not expect that? Of course it's gonna creak.
Yeah.
The
Old
chanting
Turk
is
in a
quite
creepy
loud
town.
in here, as you hear, "Bless us, O Groidus,
Yeah.
our despair to disappear
Yeah.
into the void, as if we were never even here."
Oh boy.
I'm gonna start chanting with them. Just
Oh.
quietly.
Raise my hood, just in case.
Koshta, you said you were starting to chant with them?
I will chant with them, yes.
Okay. Vico, you said you raised your hood. What's everybody else doing?
No, I said I also
What
started
was Meredith?
chanting along under
Okay.
my breath.
Gotcha. Who said they were raising their hood? Was that Meredith then?
That would
That
be
was
me.
Meredith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. What's everybody else doing?
Alia is realizing at this point that maybe that this is out of character. This is fine. We're just gonna have everybody blend in. This'll work, right?
I
It's
just
not
want to
going
have
to
a
work,
hard
but we're
look
gonna-
around the room, please.
Oh.
A real good look at
Sure.
what
Roll a
everything
perception
is
check.
here.
I will also do the same.
I guess I should ask, what are the people sitting around doing? Are they like praying? Are
They
they
are
like
all
chanting along?
They are all. It seems to be in a state of prayer, but instead of having their hands clasped together on their knees, they are instead. They are on their knees. However, their hands are outstretched as if almost as if they are trying to take something ephemeral, ethereal, into their very beings.
And are they
as they
also
repeat
singing,
this
or is
chant.
it only the two people? Okay.
The two people are actually not chanting. It is only the people over here that are chanting. Well, one of these people is chanting. The
Which person is chanting?
it
did we-
is this one.
Oh,
She
oh,
is
okay.
on her knees and chanting, as the other one, who looks of a beauty that is not entirely of this world, with slender elven body and
sentiment.
hair that is reflected in the strange moonlight glimmering through the stained glass window, somehow piercing
DM.
through even the fog of this place.
Hey DM, I'd like to make a knowledge nature check.
Oh yeah.
There's a nymph. Let's find it.
Go for it.
I doubt I've ever seen one, but who knows? Might be able to identify it. Or if not.
That's
or
a
not.
very pretty elf.
Oh, that's deeply unfortunate.
Vico, what you
I
doing?
was right. She is very beautiful.
Anyway,
I think Vika is just gonna sit down.
Okay. Yeah, by all means.
He's gonna join in the prayer.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
genuinely just trying to blend in as best as he can.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You sit down and begin joining in the chant.
Yep.
Thalia, are you doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thalia is.
And then Arzoth, was that
Beside them.
17 you rolled for the perception?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that the three of you are all chanting.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will chant also.
Arzoth.
Seems like the right thing to do.
There are several destroyed benches throughout this church, as well as some weird bugs, almost, they seem like, that simultaneously they pulse with light, occasionally filling the space with a dim glow that is otherwise not here. Strangely, light itself seems to pierce through this place, despite the eerie fog that lifted over the entire town. The only thing of particular note here are the two women at the front, who, the one who is not praying seems to be taking note of you all as you enter, and the corpse behind the two of them on an altar, which appears to be emaciated and having some dried blood attached to the stone slab as well.
Oh boy.
not emaciated. That's straight up a skeleton with muscles.
Yes. So, what are the three of you that have not sat down doing?
I rolled a perception check as well. Does 27 notice anything else?
No, there's nothing else.
Which of the women is
I-
praying? The elf or the human?
The human.
The human.
I don't really want to participate in this, so I'm just gonna kind of lean up against this pillar and wait.
Oh. Yep.
Noted.
Understandable.
I shall do the same, but not leaning against a pillar, just standing on the side.
Well, I guess it's a statue or whatever this is right here, but I'm only 4 feet tall, so I'm probably only up to the podium.
Cold Irons. Do these people, do they look the same as the people outside?
Yes, they have this hollow sort of look to them. Their eyes sunken, their faces pallid, and their looks of resignation.
Can I make a heal check to see how they're doing as far as their physical health goes?
I mean, not really without touching them.
Yeah, you'd have to, like, get real close.
Alright, that's fine. I'll take off my tricorn and I'll stand right here then.
All right. The elven woman puts her hand on the shoulder of the young woman and says, "Alina, continue to lead them in prayer for a time. I must speak to our new guests."
Well,
And then
there
she
we go.
slowly begins to approach down the long hallway
I will stand.
toward all of you. Welcome, my
Bows
children.
as she approaches.
Good afternoon.
And you as well, child of Eroi.
Who's welcoming us?
I am Nirael, the High Priestess, or so they call me. Before this, I was known as, what was it? The Nymph of the Withered Spring?
We have heard.
And
Your reputation precedes you.
to what do I owe the honor of this visit today?
We are simple travelers, your priestess. We've come from the direction of Foxhill, hoping to. New to the faith in many ways.
We hope to meet you, actually. We met well, not met, but we came to know an associate of yours, Claude de Vandal.
Vico, make a bluff check, and cost 2, I will say that is enough to be an assist.
Oh,
So what does the assist do?
It's a +2. It's a flat +2.
+2.
It's
Alright.
essentially an aid another.
Come on, it's 23.
Okay. She says, Claude. I haven't heard his name in a while. He was a charming young man. It was wonderful to see him slowly but surely join our faith.
Have you had word with Skern as well?
Her eyes narrow. Skern. And what does that oaf have to do with anything?
He is dead.
She puts a hand to her chin, thoughtfully strokes it. That might change things a little bit. How interesting.
The end must come
Apologies
for all.
for my ignorance. As I said, we are all quite new to the faith, so we're not fully aware of all the details of Skern and Claude, though we are familiar with both of them somewhat.
Don't worry about it so much. You have brought me important news, new members of the faith. Even though your friends seem to be somewhat in disagreement about our ventures.
We
would
were told
humbly
to come and
accept-
visit you.
She approaches you, Vico, and places a hand, the back of her hand, against your cheek and then gently strokes it as she says, "You have done a wonderful thing for us." Truly.
Vico just kind of holds his head low.
We were told by the people at the near the gate to come and seek you out.
Yes, of course. Some of you must be purged of your impurities.
Is
Am I
she
to take it
referring
that
to any-
these 3 followed you willingly? And she's pointing towards Colt, Meredith, and Arazoth.
Yeah, although I think they also can speak for themselves.
And
It's
what would
true.
they say?
I surely didn't come here a prisoner.
We did follow them willingly.
And what does a paladin of Eroy have reason to find me?
I don't so much have reason to find you as they have reason to find you. I'm just here with them.
Oh boy.
In that case, I would dismiss you if you wouldn't mind waiting outside. This is a place of faith, after all.
Arzoth will not object to this, and he will happily leave.
Okay. You just pop on
Yep,
outside
I
then.
just waltz on out. Deuces.
Probably a good idea.
Y'all have better chances with me not in there.
Well, I mean, yeah, yes and no.
If you hear things going to shit, it's like
Yeah, if I hear a
Two
commotion,
times.
I'll come back, but...
State your piece.
Thalia is very content to let Vico do the talking here, considering he's like woven a little narrative. There.
Your town differs quite significantly from the one we were at previously. Can you tell us how it's come to be this way?
Well, that's simple. This town has much more faith in the system than poor Skern was able to inspire in his town.
I see. And how long has the faith been strong here?
Oh, I'd say about 3 years now.
Quite a long time, I would say.
question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Meredith would have been still hanging out in a house around 3 years ago. Would she have heard of any
Nope,
new...
she would not have.
Damn. Curious.
Huh.
Can I make
Vico,
a
you
safe
might
motive
think
check?
You may, but I would also like to hear what Vico is about to say.
I was just saying, like, for out of character, 3 years here might not be 3 years everywhere else.
Oh, that's true. Oh my gosh, there could be some time shenanigans.
Colt,
We
yeah,
are
you
dealing-
don't. I mean, as far
Are
as you're
dealing with Fae here.
this woman is incredibly charming. She's polite, she's kind, and despite the unsettling undertone to her words, the way she's speaking is just so seductive and charming that you can't help but find yourself endeared to her. You don't believe she's lying at all,
Oh no, she's hot.
or even attempting to dissuade you.
Boobs don't lie, guys.
Follow it. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. Are you saying something in character?
I was going to say something.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead first. Like,
Vico's just kind of nodding along as she answers our questions. Also, just trying to see, very unassuming. It's just, well, the entire whatever happened with Skern, it was quite a mess. I think he tried to take people, and then he tried to feed them to other people forcefully without them knowing, and then adventurers came in and kind of stopped him, so he really couldn't have been that good of a priest, if you'll forgive my crudeness. So,
Oh, my child,
yes,
what is your
we-
name?
my name is Vico.
She strokes your cheek and says, Vico, worry not about that senile old fool. You have brought me great news, and you will be accepted here, among your peers. And Vico, I need you to make a will save.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was coming either way.
oh boy.
That was almost a 21, but that's a
Nice.
13.
Alright, I'm going to direct message you.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is great. This is fantastic.
It's going well,
We'll
I'm
save
sure.
some.
We love it here.
Oh, you
Same.
should have made us some damn tea.
Didn't have time to make tea. We were in such a rush.
We had 7 days to make tea.
7 days to make tea. Let's go. I note to her as she's saying, I say, the chapel seems to have fallen into disrepair. Is this part of the embracing of the end, or are there things that need fixed? I'm happy to help.
Thalia just kind of at this point she's been like the model of piousness and stuff, but she can't help but chuckle a little at that one.
The woman looks to you, Kostu, and says, now, this place is... well... it's been undergoing necessary changes in the past 3 years, but fixing those were simply one of our last steps.
One might say there's a time and place for everything.
Indeed. Well then, if you all don't mind, we should continue with the prayer for now, but for those of you who are not members of the faith, I ask that you wait outside.
I nod.
Colt leaves. Meredith
I am not yet a
leaves.
member, so I will. I will wait, but I am curious.
Oh, great. Oh, fantastic.
Okay. As you head out, Kostu, and then Vico, I'm assuming you sit down and begin joining in prayer.
I think that seems the most sensible thing to do, going off.
As you do that, she approaches you, Thalia, and says, now then, you and I have much we should be discussing. You show up after all this time with a little band of bravados.
Yeah.
How about you tell me what you're really after? And as she says this, she is holding you in, like, you know, the that chin tilt that people do sometimes? She has you in that with her pointer finger and her thumb. And she is making direct eye contact with you and refusing to drop it.
Thalia is like, there might have been like the faintest hint of, like, she had hoped that she was not recognized, and then in that moment she realizes that she absolutely was, but I like to think she's trained enough. Like, what would that even be? Would that be bluff? Would that be... oh, shoot. Well...
Depends on what you want to do.
It's very interesting that you ask what we're doing here. In part, I had heard rumors about what was going on, and quite frankly, I wished to investigate them myself, but figured that it might be wise to not travel alone, given the uncertain nature of things.
You were the one who dealt with Skern, weren't you?
She kind of... Skern made a mockery of a number of things, and I felt that his time had come to an end.
His time was not yours to judge. That was a pointless action.
Perhaps. And yet you seemed somewhat pleased with it. So,
Of course.
that...
even in pointlessness, we can still find surreptitious joy in the depths of people who would create unrest within our growing civilization.
Oh no. That's quite ironic, don't you think, considering some might accuse us of causing unrest simply in our existence. But,
Even considering that line of thinking would fall right in with the inevitability of it all.
and yet, in all the pointlessness, you here seem to be building a community. Rather than, or at the very least,
Isn't it lovely? They've accepted the end that comes for us all, and are willing to sacrifice themselves in the name of that beautiful end of all. All their suffering silenced. And in return, this town, a safe haven. One that you will stay a part of.
and that, as much as I would love to, I think that might be where you and I disagree.
A shame.
Would I not be able to serve the cause much better outside of a town that's already filled with the faithful?
She lets go of your chin, and instead reaches around behind your head, grabbing you by the back of the hair as she says, "Listen here. You don't seem to understand, heretic. Your life belongs to me now. You will surrender yourself to me, or the faithful will make sure that you are surrendered to me." Roll a will
And
save
here
for
I,
me.
yeah, okay, yeah, I was waiting for that.
DM, as I see
Would elven
this,
immunities apply?
does it to me look like this woman is ready to like fight?
It
She's not
looks
gonna
like
fight,
she
why would she?
is. The way that you are seeing it, it looks like
Oh,
she
no.
is embracing Thalia. And Thalia, you return that sentiment as you
And-
go sort of have this limpness leaving your arms falling to your sides. You find yourself completely entranced with this woman, and all you wish to do is serve her and the faith.
Oh no.
God.
And here I thought you weren't going to show me a good time, Lyria. Well, at least it does feel liberating in a way to find someone who understands the truth of things, and I would be happy to accompany you. Uh, and Thalia kind of moves into lockstep. Kind closes, like she might have been like reaching for her grimoire, but now she's not. She's just kind of very relaxed and very chill about all this. To clarify, out of character, like, it is Thalia like charmed, or is she straight up compelled? Like, what's going on?
She is charmed.
Okay.
These
What's-
thoughts are not like directly her own, but they are
Yeah.
like it feels to her like they are.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who doesn't know Pathfinder terminology exactly, what's the difference?
Okay. So like
Compelled would be
like-
like you would be aware, but you would still be forced to obey. Charm is like you are not aware.
yeah. But like she's like this. Vico, could you be a dear and let the others know that I'll be staying with Lyriel and the church for a little while? And she kind of just smiles serenely.
Oh, and of course, when you're finished with informing them, Vico, you're welcome to come back in, and I'll have dear Thalia here inform you of more tenets of our religion.
That would
Thank
be
you,
great.
sweetheart. And with that, Vico steps outside to where everyone else is waiting.
Oh no. This went well.
I
Bro
think
got
What's
seduced.
going on in there, Vico?
I do think there's a very physical notice because you allow me to improvise a little bit, DM, on how I think the charm applies to Vico specifically. I think normal Vico is very clearly always in that, adventure mindset. He doesn't have any different clothes. He, always has like the blade on one side, crossbow on the other. He's always ready. This Vico is kind of slack. He looks chill, and
Yeah.
he just looks at you all. And he said,
There is no Ray
Thought-
right now. There is just Vico.
"Oh no. There's no sign of Ray, but even just like from the normal Vico, like Vico is, ready, a mercenary on the job. Vico right now is like slack and just kind of looks at you all. Maybe doesn't even make eye contact, because normally his manipulative side would be like, oh, always make eye contact. But he's so focused on someone else now that he just isn't even directly looking at you, and he just goes,
Professionalism isn't there. Yeah.
yes, no, and he just goes, well, Thalia and I have had some wonderful conversations with High Priestess, and we think it would be best if we stayed here for a while, and to invite any other interested in prayers. I'm sure they would love to have more, but in any case, we've decided to assist her for the time being, and at least stay here for a bit.
You want to stay here, in the place where time
Make a
flows
sense motive
unnaturally.
check.
Yeah, I'm
I
also making a sense
We can all
wanna
make
do the
sense
same
motive
thing.
checks.
Okay, I'll make a sense motive check since you told me I should.
Normally you can't make sense motive checks against players, but I think this sort of.
Meredith, was the 10 your roll there, I'm assuming?
Oh no.
and my role, unfortunately.
This is just
Oh,
regular
lordy.
Vico. You don't see any
That's
reason there'd be a
Vico.
problem
Oh
with it.
no.
The
It's
only
Vico,
one
guys.
who, yeah, no, it's regular Vico. The only one who senses that something might be off is Costume. The rest of you are like, this is just Vico.
He's
Bless
just
you.
vibing,
Cost.
bro.
He's just having, like,
I
he
mean, I
seems
don't
to
agree
be...
with his choices, but
Yeah, no, he seems to be just interested in this
Likewise.
cult. He wants to know more about it. You don't see anything weird with that. That's what you're here to do, discover more.
Well, not like
Vico, you
that.
seem a bit out of sorts, not yourself. Normally you're much more sharp, much more focused. Are you sure you're alright?
Perhaps I am lost in the beauty of Groidus and nihility.
The beauty of Groidus, my friend. Did you not see the corpse at the front of the church? What was beautiful about that?
I'm sure there's an explanation for the corpse.
You're sure? How sure? On a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you?
Like like an 8, like a 9.
An 8 or a 9? Are you listening to yourself right now?
If
You are listening to yourself right now. You sound so sure. Like, this doesn't make any sense why they would question you. What's up with that?
If-
Why are they being weird
if-
to you right now?
Austin.
if the High Priestess thinks we need a corpse for whatever this ritual is, then I'm sure we do.
Alright, dude. Telling you,
Vico.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that any ceremony that involves a corpse can be anything good.
Vico, before you go back in there, would you like to join us for tea for a minute so we can say goodbye?
Oh no!
Great,
I
this is a
see
great
what you're
idea.
trying to do.
This is great.
I-
Please, we insist you grab Thalia for some goodbye tea.
Oh no, no, no!
You just don't know if there's time for that. You might miss mass.
No.
Hmm.
Don't worry, he
Come on, we walked all the way here with you. The least you can do is see us off.
I don't want to be mean about this, but I also don't want to. I don't want to give them what they want, and I also don't want to cheapen out on this.
surely it'll only take what 5-6 minutes.
You
It
could
seems they've
go
been praying
ask
for
the
quite
high
a while.
priestess.
I don't think they have any intention of stopping praying anytime soon.
I don't know.
Here's
Vico,
my
you could ask her.
here's my question. Okay, DM. Here's my question.
Okay.
If you guys charmed by her,
Yes.
but in no way kind of raced against the party, for now, I think it would make the most sense for Vika, who's normally very polite and charismatic and easygoing, to say yes.
All right. I'll allow it. You guys can have
I'm
a
saying
tea
that
party.
as someone who's like, I want to shoot the party in the back.
However, you may wish to speak to the high priestess first to inform her that you are going to
That's
see
fair.
them off.
That's fair.
Bring Thalia with you.
I'll ask if she has time.
Oh no!
All right, you head back into the
Watch her
church.
carefully.
Yeah, I had
This
back.
is-
Meredith, I need your help right now.
Okay, what do you need?
Yeah.
I might have a way to get him out of that, but I need your guys' help.
All right, you
Please
head
make
back
this quick.
into the church, and you don't see Thalia here.
I don't see the priest.
But the high priestess seems to have resumed her original position and is chanting again as she sees you enter. She gives you a very beautiful smile that just hits you right in the heart.
Well, I go up to her.
All right,
I've
you
no
approach.
reason to assume anything is off. High priestess.
Yes, my dear. What is it?
Some of our compatriots wish to travel further and have asked me to see them off, which I would find it nice to do. They've asked for Thalia as well, though she doesn't seem to be around.
Oh, yes. Thalia has decided to immediately get right back to her studies. She asked not to be disturbed. She had hoped that you would join her for further study, but if you feel you must see your friends off first, I suppose that is all right.
I will join her as soon as I am able.
All right. And then this woman approaches you, and she says, "And here, a show of good fortune for your friends before they leave. Would you mind kneeling?"
Oh,
Sure, I'll kneel.
As you kneel, she kisses the top of your forehead, and you
She
feel
knows.
a warmth spreading throughout your body. You feel
course I do.
invigorated. She
yay!
says, "There. Now then, have a good time with your friends, and remember that if any of them wish to join us, they are more than welcome. We will
will.
welcome them with open arms anytime."
I will do my utmost best to convince them.
Oh, don't do your utmost best. They must decide on their own. It would be pointless to try that hard. You'll get used to it eventually. And she ruffles your hair a little bit, and then goes back to her position.
Beautiful.
Mommy? Out of character, out of character, out of character, out of character.
No, in character. In character.
Oh, why not both? Come on. Be real.
Be so real.
This poll is
Right.
very funny.
What's going on?
I will have
I
to
enjoy
say.
the poll.
I do like the poll. Yeah.
The poll is quite good. Excellent work.
All right. Vico comes back outside again, and his cheeks are a little flushed, but he otherwise looks the same. He's got
Right,
that
well,
like glow about him, you know.
I do have some time, but the High Priestess told me that Thalia has decided to retreat into the study and does not wish to be disturbed.
That's okay. That's okay.
Retreat into the study and not be disturbed. That's
Yes,
right. Okay. Yes, very normal
I hope
thing
to
for
join
do.
her soon, and if any others wish to join me, then she said feel free to.
Okay.
Colt Irons is going to walk down the hill a bit and kind of like start setting up his stuff to make tea.
Yeah, I'll come with you. You asked
Yeah.
for help, yes?
I
So
like
what
going
exactly-
down here.
How involved is
just
this
goes
help?
over there.
Costu, come here.
Get over here.
Vico, you can sit there,
Alright.
but Costu, come here.
Let them chat over there.
I'm wondering if y'all are gonna collectively just try and knock Vico the fuck out.
It would
I
be very
considered
funny.
restraining him actually.
Well,
I
then
was gonna say,
Vico
I
would
can't- I
definitely
can't-
be against them at that point.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, he'd be unconscious.
See if you're
Not
successful.
necessarily the best
Sure.
way to do something.
Colt Irons is gonna start brewing the tea.
Okay, roll the check.
Can I attempt to help him?
You can.
I don't
I will
have
do
any
that.
bonuses
I'll also give
this
you
time,
guidance because why the hell not?
Thank you.
Okay, so you have a total
Okay,
of plus
give me
3
one
bonus
sec.
then.
Oh,
Can
wait.
I,
I just get to
can
help
I-
him?
can I
Whoa,
just
whoa,
say
whoa,
what
not
it
everybody
is
at
to
once.
break the
Not everybody at once. That's funny though.
Oh no, I was
Thank you.
With
I was. Do I need to roll to help him, or do I just
No.
help him?
It's just you're using aid another. So it's a plus 2 and then a plus 1 for Meredith's guidance, so it's a total of plus 3.
with those benefits, I'm gonna take 10 on this check and auto succeed it.
Okay. You will have to. That will be sort of time consuming, but sure.
That's fine. All good things take time. I feel like I'd brew like 5 or 6 of this.
Sure.
Right.
Enough for everyone.
Yes. I will, as soon as I'm done brewing it, I'm going to hand it out to everyone, and I'm going to hold on to the one for Thalia, because obviously I made enough for everyone. So everyone add 1 meditation tea to your inventory.
Thank you.
Alright. One meditation tea.
Is everyone
Yeah.
drinking together? Because
Cold
otherwise it
irons.
wouldn't make much sense.
Time.
Colt Irons is going to drink his.
Yeah, I'm drinking mine.
Okay.
I will do.
I'll
I'll
drink
do
mine.
likewise.
Suppose I am.
All right. In that case, I believe the way the meditation tea works. Would you care to explain it?
Yeah, Vico. The meditation tea, it essentially it gives you a +2 to mind-altering effects, and as soon as you ingest it, you get an immediate save with that +2.
Now, I will say that Vico, you will be making this at disadvantage, so you will roll twice and take
That's-
the lower roll.
That's fair.
Rolled good.
You got smooched.
Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this.
You
I mean, I
do the
just
rolls
rolled.
once.
I just rolled 2, yeah. So the first one. So that one.
Yep. So Vico, this is
Okay.
just tea. It's good tea.
Wait,
Can't roll lower than that.
bet, bro.
How long does the effective meditation tea last for?
You can
think
benefit
like-
more than once per day.
Yeah, I think it lasts for like an hour.
Oh, and
Correct me if I'm wrong.
it says 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. But yeah, I mean, Vico, you just drink the tea.
Awesome.
drinks the Kool-Aid, as it were.
No, he already drank that. This is the tea.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the antidote. This
Good old
tea contains
bullet.
the antidote.
Vico, did you enjoy that tea? Would you like some more? I have a little bit left over.
The tea
You
was
can
very
only
nice, but
Ah,
it won't
Send
take
it.
effect though.
Yeah.
Why don't you send it to Thalia? As a parting gift, since she can't be here.
That's true. You
want me
should.
to take a
Please
cup to
give it-
Thalia? I certainly
please-
can.
Yes, I'm gonna hand tea to Vico. Please take it to Thalia for us.
Yes, of course. I will be joining her in her studies, hoping to learn more about how much I want to die.
Death must come to all, but I was hoping it would not come to you so soon.
No, I wasn't, but I think maybe I should die. Good day.
Good day.
Vico heads back into the church. Oh.
This is my life now.
He become.
Not for long.
He's converted.
Thalia is gonna be like so pissed. Like she threw a freaking Hail Mary and like
Hail Mary into her bowl.
No, she threw a Hail Mary and all y'all fumbled the pass. There was nobody there.
He threw the ball into the end zone, and the only one there was the other team.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm confused how this analogy applies, but alright.
Have I actually been pointed towards this study yet?
No, you have not.
Oh,
Well,
no.
Ask up. I'll walk up and like, ask her politely if
Yes, my dear.
she can instruct me to where Thalia is.
Well, as I said before, she doesn't wish to be disturbed right now in her studies.
Thank goodness.
Oh,
Then,
that tea looks lovely.
It was meant to be for Thalia, but I suppose it can wait.
Very well. I will. She reaches out and says, I will give her the tea.
Oh, she won't.
She won't, but I trust her.
Yeah. She's your friend.
Might.
She's
Why would
gonna
she not?
steal our tea.
She
What is?
takes the tea
She
off
hands
your
hands
hands,
over the tea.
and then she says,
Does she have some reason
and
to
thank
suspect
you
that it's nothing but
so
regular
much
tea?
for thank you so much for the efforts that you have made, Vico, and welcome to our church. It is a shame that I don't see any of your friends with you, but I'm sure they'll come around in time.
Else, time will come around for them,
Until then, please feel free to join the others in prayer.
because they will die.
Yes,
Vico's coming
you're
around.
sort of getting it now, and she ruffles your hair. All right, she heads off down a
Oh,
hidden
no.
passage as you join in prayer, and that leaves everyone who is still outside.
Great. Well, it's the four of us now.
Well, you guys ready?
We're down 2. Do we go into house or do we try something else?
I think we
can't
Okay.
leave them here.
we can't leave them here. This is obviously not a good place for anybody to reside for too long. But there's nothing we can do about it in the current moment. So maybe we regroup on our way to house and then figure out a plan.
This is a death cult, right? I'm afraid if we leave for too long, especially with how time is working here, they're just going to be
Cult
dead
of
by the time we get
finality,
here.
not a death cult
I
necessarily.
mean, to be fair, we don't exactly know how time is working here. Time could be moving slower here for all we know, so who knows?
Seems unlikely.
The Fae.
Dahlia said my pocket watch was working correctly, so that leads me to believe time is much faster here.
Also heard her say
No,
like
let
3
me
years.
let me take a look at your pocket watch. What is his pocket watch reading? Like, how's it
It's going in a
what's-
complete circle.
quickly?
No, it's sort of just like at a, how do I put it? It's roughly, if you were to do one Mississippi, every Mississippi, the little hand goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and then the big hand does not move at all.
Interesting. Okay.
Even when
Yes.
thing create. Oh,
But it's strange. Is there a real way to know how it's affecting this? Not until we leave and find out, I guess.
if I had to guess, I'd say that this town is experiencing time faster than the outside world is.
Or perhaps it's not experiencing it at all.
I'd imagine that would amount to more or less the same thing, given enough time outside. In any case, while I do feel somewhat apprehensive about leaving Vico and Thalia here, they are together, and if one of them was... You said that Vico was sort of out of sorts, yes, Costu?
Definitely. They also aren't together. At least not the last time I saw them, when I was looking through the door, watching Vico.
I'm sure they will find.
I
I'm
didn't
sure they will
see
find each
Thalia
other.
at all.
I'm certain they'll find each other cross paths again at some point. And if Vico can, in
Hope
fact,
so.
get that tea to Thalia, then perhaps she seems to be somewhat... She seems to know her way around this place. I think that they'll be fine. We go right to house and come back. I don't think anything wrong will happen. Well, anything out of sorts will happen.
And that seems like a good enough place to end on for tonight. Thank you to everyone who tuned in with us today. It's been a wonderful session. And
Amazing session.
I hope you will join us again next week
You...
to see what happens with the party.
Remember to drop in the comments which of these 4 you guys think looks most sneak attackable, unrelated.
It's been a lovely night. Take care of yourselves as always. Drink lots of water, eat good food, check in on your friends. And until next time, Gale